Greetings, Mount family. It's me, Amber Nicole, your favorite diversity specialist. Happy New Year. I cannot believe that we are already into the second semester of my first year with you all. I'm not going to spend too much time discussing updates and info because we're going to do that at the staff meeting. This is a completely different video. All right, so I will make this brief, absolutely, but I want to be able to share because I'm excited to even have this opportunity to share. In the event that you are watching this video from your computer, get out your cell phone. There are a few QR codes that I want you to make sure you have time to scan. I will also place the links in the email that is attached to this video. Let's go. So you may remember that I said I created a YouTube channel just to be able to update and share things with you during our time together. So if you have not already subscribed, please do so. Please do so. Please subscribe. I would love to be able to receive your feedback, make the videos that you want to see as it relates to J.E.D.I, justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion content. And I am, again, here to assist you however possible. As I mentioned, this video is what I'm excited about because the question that I'm answering is a question that was submitted anonymously through the Ask an Inclusion Specialist link that I provided you all in a different email. Question said, what movie would you show to high school seniors that, highlights racism in America? And I am absolutely going to show you just a couple of movies or ideas that you can use during this time. Now, these are not in any special order from front to back. This is more so just the movies that came to mind when thinking about what could be impactful to show students regarding race in America. Crash, if you've seen it, then you know that this is a movie that follows Los Angeles citizens through one night, and the bias, the explicit hate, the micro inequities that are experienced, the hate crimes in this movie, it's not only moving, but it's also disturbing, but still a very, very, very good film with lots of A-list actors in it to be able to bring that very tough story to life. So that's just one that I would recommend. The Hate You Give. The Hate You Give is a more recent movie and may even be more appropriate for the age group in which we are seeking to serve. It follows Star, who witnesses the fatal shooting of her best friend Khalil at the hands of a police officer. And it just follows that journey that she has. Additionally, there is a book that goes along with this movie. So as an educator or a teacher, you could absolutely add a literacy component to this video as well. The 13th. The 13th is on Netflix. This is a documentary by Ava DuVernay, who is a famous female Black director, who's also my sorority sister. And it takes a look at how race was even created. Since it is a social system, it looks at mass incarceration and how it is adversely impacting individuals. It is a very, very, very powerful documentary. Fruitville Station. Fruitville Station is one that it's a sad story, but it's a very honest and raw story. Something that it's a little bit newer than Crash. Well, not a little bit, it's a lot newer than Crash. And definitely you'd be able to speak to lots of themes such as race and class, socioeconomic status, all of those things in this film as well. And last but not least at all, because this is my favorite movie, Remember the Titans. Remember the Titans is a true story about a Black coach who was appointed to be the head coach at an all-white school after integration. It is a tough movie to watch, and it can seem like it was a long time ago, but at this point in time, sometimes it can feel as though it was right now, right? So either of these that I have shared would be a really good discussion, whether facilitated discussion, being able to analyze and see what they are able to glean from watching these, and then even putting these in the time period juxtapose our current climate would lead for good conversation as it relates to racial equity and identity. Now, there are a few things that I would really like you to remember or think about as you're doing this or before. So one, that's going to be before you start any of these films in your classroom, I ask that you give a trigger warning. There are individuals that we have students at the school who identify as Black, Indigenous, or a person of color, which means that we can absolutely assume that they experience racism. I'm not necessarily saying at Mount, but in their life. And so having to watch that on, especially in front of their peers and with their peers, can be very draining. So being equitable in that space absolutely looks like giving a trigger warning and kind of letting them know that this could upset them and that you are allowing space if they need to, just kind of step outside to take a breather during either the conversation or the watching of the movie. Two, I have facilitated a million racial equity dialogues and I'm happy to help. You're more than welcome to put it on my calendar and I will show up if it's a conversation that you're wanting to have. And even if you are, a teacher and you want to simply make sure that you're having the conversation correctly, my door is very much open because I want to ensure that we do not traumatize or re-traumatize any students based on this conversation. It's hard for me sometimes to facilitate them. So I know that if I were in my adolescent stages or that it would be it'd be pretty heavy. So I want to make sure that we don't put also the emotional labor on the students of color in the room, right? There's a power dynamic, of course, at play, which means that they are unable to kind of express sometimes their true thoughts, and placing them on the spot as it relates to race isn't always helpful for either the non-BIPOC community or the BIPOC community. And the last thing I'll say is that this year's National Day of Racial Healing is on January the 17th here in Arkansas. We partner with the Arkansas Peace and Justice Movement Memorial, and there are going to be so many events from the 17th all the way to the 21st. I have attached a copy of those events if you'd like to be able to attend, your students to attend. Several of them are virtual, and they would also make for excellent conversation, especially since it's going to be centered around Arkansas and our past and what that looks like for us. The proclamation has been signed by Governor Hutchinson for the past few years that we've been doing this, and he was one of the first governors in the nation to sign the proclamation and see this through as it relates to being able to heal our communities on a statewide level. So I hope that this video provides you the answers that you are seeking as it relates to what to show, what to think about, and the fact that I'm happy to be a resource. We will talk more at the faculty meeting, and I'll see you soon.